Good evening, everybody. Dear Pilar, thanks very much for inviting me. I will try to be brief and very much to the point, and telling you and informative as well. So I will try and tell you what we are doing now in the field of big data. So the European Council identified big data as a key enabler for enhancing productivity and providing better services in the conclusions of October 2013. There was a call on the Commission to create the right framework conditions for the emergence of a thriving European big data market. So we responded to this call with a communication of July of last year called Towards a Thriving European Data Economy. So a Commission communication which was proposed by DG Connect and adopted by the Commission. The Commission does two things. So it outlines our strategic vision of a data economy in Europe and spells out an initial set of actions to accelerate the transition towards the European data economy. So big data aims to process, collect, store and analyze very large amounts of data. It moves across national and linguistic barriers and across all business sectors and public administrations. It allows organizations to extract value from data, increase efficiency, and create new markets. By correlating, and there is a very important adjective in this context, diverse data sets, and sometimes apparently uncorrelated diverse data sets, big data can be used to predict the future more accurately. So it may be used to predict future events such as epidemics, floods, or even crime. And take preventive action against them, against their emergence. A number of barriers prevent the emergence of a thriving data ecosystem in the EU. So what are the barriers? Well, the Americans are obsessed with data protection, the European data protection framework, which is considered as too stringent. There is one problem. There are many other issues. So the first thing is the lack of availability, and it is something very important, of sufficiently large data sets on which one may experiment. Shortage of skills, something which is very, very important. So data specialists are very much in demand, and there are not so many data specialists in Europe. A lot of people, they leave Europe to go abroad. Fragmented, so a patchy and fragmented regulatory framework, and poor access to the enabling infrastructure, so to computing infrastructure, and whenever required, to supercomputing infrastructure. So these are the factors which have so far prevented the emergence of a thriving data ecosystem in Europe. So since the adoption of the communication, we have carried out, and please listen to me carefully on this field because it is important, it is about money, so everybody should take a keen interest in this. So a number of actions implementing the communication. The first thing is, which Pilar mentioned before, is the PPP. So in October there was an agreement signed by the Commission, so a memorandum of understanding, which is a contract, so a new instrument under Horizon 2020, between the Commission and a consortium of companies setting out this PPP, the data PPP. The PPP is relevant financially because for each euro committed by the Commission triggers 4 euros from the private sector. So overall, over a period which goes from 2016 to 2020, there will be 2.5 billions of monies or funds available for experimenting in the field of big data. Also, there is a feature of Horizon 2020, and it's something which is mirrored in the communication. So the industry, so the consortium, draws a strategic research and innovation agenda. So identifies what we call the lighthouses in the field of big data, which are areas of industrial strategic importance for Europe, such as, for example, smart cities, smart grids, intelligent transport, or health, where are virgin territories in a big data world. So while these technologies have not so far been employed in this world, and where Europe, we believe, still can get a competitive advantage. We have also, so there is the PPP. So on top of something which is important is that the PPP now is working on a work program. The governance of the PPP is open, so everybody, open and transparent. Everybody can join the PPP, and by joining the PPP can contribute to steering the research and innovation agenda, and therefore the money also, the monies for the experimentation of the European Commission. On top of the PPP, we have launched an open data incubator called ODIN, which is basically which is targeted at SMEs and micro businesses, and which is based on open data, and it builds basically on the UK open data incubator, which is called ODI, which has been in operation since 2012. Something which is very important in the field of data is the shortage of skills. To this effect, we have set out a European Data Science Academy, which is a new online platform for training data scientists across Europe. The Academy will help organizations and businesses across the EU meet the urgent demand for professionals with the required skills to manage big data. The Data Science Academy is a new action, is a coordination and support action under Horizon 2020, which is coordinated by the Open University, so OU with capital letters, in the UK. We have, so under and there is something which is also very important for you. In the communication, we have announced an action plan. So in 2015, the Commission will have to, together with all the stakeholders, so together with the Member States, the European Parliament, the Council, and of course industry, the Commission will have to come up with a convincing action plan by the end of the year, so say right after the summer. So we've started to talk with the Member States. We are holding thematic workshops with the Member States. We will do the same thing with industry, so having dedicated workshops to the areas, so targeted at the area of strategic importance, energy, transport, health, for example. And I believe that the EIF can and really should play a very active role in these workshops, because these workshops, apart from preparing the ground for the flagship experimentations under the strategic research and innovation agenda of the PPP, may also help us identify really the regulatory hurdles and also help us in our advocacy role as DG Connect to make sure that you will be confronted, that the big data, European big data economy will be confronted with, a data-friendly regulatory framework. So the European data vision needs to combine effectively several components. Of course, the research and innovation component is something which is very important, but also, as Pilar said, a secure and trustable world-class European cloud. I mean, it's something which is very, very important. High-performance computing and enabling infrastructure for certain big data application is something which is very important. Top-class data tools for both public policy and private-led simulation. Skills, security, broadband and universal access are all key success factors. So to sum up, my task will be to gather together as many people as possible in 2015 and try and come up with a convincing action plan that hopefully we will be able to present in November in Luxembourg at the next European Data Forum. Thank you very much.